The menu at Moe's stands up there with other major Tex-Mex chains. Ever wonder if you should skip a favorite to try the Tofu Taco or the Chicken Club? Keep watching for a ranking of major menu items from worst to best. Frankly, it seems silly to go all the way to Moe's and order a salad. It's nearly sacrilegious to order a plain bowl of vegetables immediately after the staff loudly welcome you into the establishment.
Welcome to Moe's!
There are plenty of fast casual restaurants like Panera Bread or Sweetgreen that make amazing salads, but it just isn't the focus of Moe's menu. Moe's salads feel like bowls of burrito toppings, and while customers can add protein options like meat or beans to their salad, we went with a veggie-heavy option to get a sample of the basics. Our Moe's salad included romaine lettuce, shredded cheese, pico de gallo, diced cucumber, cilantro, and Southwest vinaigrette. The dressing was the standout on the plate, but there are much better items to choose from. Moe's tacos aren't a much raved about item, so we were excited to sample the brand's take on a common fast food menu item. Unfortunately, the crispy tacos Moe's is shelling out are pretty disappointing. We ordered Moe's to go, so it may have affected the consistency of the taco shells. They were ultimately soggy and fell apart when we tried to pick them up, which is basically the telltale sign of a bad taco. Additionally, the tofu may be nice for someone looking for a meatless protein, but the texture was off-putting. While the pork protein was tastier than the tofu, this taco also fell victim to having an unappetizing consistency. The pork was accompanied by shredded cheese, pico de gallo, pickled jalapenos, and chipotle ranch. Again, all of the toppings together were well-balanced and full of flavor. Other Moe's menu items are just more satisfying in the texture department, which is why the tacos are a pass. Moe's stack menu items are essentially the chain's response to Taco Bell's popular Crunchwrap Supreme. A stack is basically a quesadilla wrapped around 2 corn shells, filled with whatever ingredients your heart desires. We opted to include black beans, adobo chicken, shredded cheese, queso, and sour cream. It doesn't sound like a lot of ingredients, but this was one of the biggest items out of everything we ordered. It was good, as anticipated. The Crunchwrap formula is pretty foolproof. However, the adobo chicken just isn't the best meat option on the Moe's menu. If this stack featured spicy chicken, or even the well-seasoned ground beef, it would have been a more satisfying meal. If you're headed to Moe's and in need of something super filling, the stack is a solid option to try with your personal protein of choice. Speaking of Moe's ground beef, it was one of the most pleasant surprises on the menu. We opted to include the beef on some classic nachos, which was definitely a crowd-pleasing option for a shareable plate. These nachos included black beans, beef, grilled peppers, pico de gallo, pickled jalapenos, and queso, all of which were delicious. Moe's also gets props for how it packages its nachos to go, beef and otherwise. The queso is included on the side so that you can pour it on the chips yourself. This method ensures that every bite is perfectly coated with melty cheese, which is the most important part of good nachos. You really cannot go wrong ordering a classic burrito at Moe's. No matter what you put inside, it's always going to be delicious. The burrito is the sun that fast casual Tex-Mex chains orbit around, so it kind of has to be a solid menu item. Moe's Homewrecker Burrito is pretty much a no-brainer option as it includes fresh guacamole that rivals Chipotle's. We opted for a steak burrito with cilantro lime rice, black beans, shredded cheese, and sour cream. It's also always delicious to add queso, but if you order it on the side, the burrito is also the prime menu item for dunking in the cup of cheese. The only reason Moe's burrito isn't the top item is that there are a few underrated gems that more people should know about. It seems like the majority of people who have dined at the chain have likely tried a burrito or burrito bowl. So if you fall in that category, it's worth trying other things, but you also can't go wrong with the classics. Our trip to Moe's Southwest Grill occurred when the restaurant was serving spicy chicken as a protein for a limited time only, and it was a welcomed surprise. The bowl included seasoned rice, pinto beans, shredded cheese, pico de gallo, shredded lettuce, cilantro, sour cream, hard rock and roll sauce, and guacamole. As previously mentioned, the guacamole deserves more praise. It's fresh, well-seasoned, and tastes good with almost anything on the menu. Be warned before you order this special offering, the spicy chicken really is spicy. When paired with a hard rock and roll sauce, you will be reaching for your drink every few bites because your mouth will be on fire. However, it's a prime example of good pain, as the flavors are so well balanced that you will be willing to withstand the heat. It would be a crime to rank the menu items at Moe's and not include their queso. It absolutely lives up to the hype and tastes good on whatever you eat it on. At Moe's, it's totally acceptable to dunk every bite of your burrito into a personal cup of queso. The real key aspect of Moe's recipe is the inclusion of finely diced jalapenos. It gives the queso just the right amount of spice to cut through the luscious 3-cheese blend. It isn't right if you go to Moe's and fail to purchase a side of queso with whatever you are ordering, if you're even bothering to get anything else at all. It's always good. Trips to Moe's will quickly become part of your regular restaurant routine, even if it's to only get the world-famous cheese dip.
Jack? Do you know what time it is? I was sound asleep.
I heard you singing Night Cheese.
Hands down, the most surprising win on the Moe's menu is its Chicken Club Quesadilla. Typically, the item comes with white meat chicken, bacon, shredded lettuce, shredded cheese, pico de gallo, and chipotle ranch dressing, which is a pretty good combination. In the spirit of Moe's love of customization, we altered the recipe a bit. We included white meat chicken, black beans, shredded cheese, bacon, and chipotle ranch. Bacon is a pretty hit-or-miss ingredient at fast food restaurants, but Moe's bacon totally made us reappreciate the sometimes overrated topping. The bacon adds a meatiness that pairs well with the chicken. Our combination was essentially a chicken, bacon, and ranch quesadilla. Flavors that always taste good when you're looking for an indulgent meal. If you're bored of your regular Tex-Mex order, head to Moe's and order this quesadilla immediately. It will quickly become one of your all-time favorites. We promise. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about all your favorite fast food are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.